get ready to fight from within. You're about to go behind enemy lines on WNJC.
Roger, 3-2. Goliath copies all. Go ahead. Target is surrounded by multiple firms entering what appears to be a residential area. Requesting permission to engage.
From the People's Republic of New York City, you're now going behind enemy lines with Gene Baradelli and Russ Gallo.
And you are now behind enemy lines. Hey there, how you doing, America? Gene Baradelli here with Russ Gallo. Russ, what's going on, man?
Gene, what is going on is the question. Is there going to be a party after this? And I mean, not a festivity. I mean, a Republican party.
Russ Gallo, the advocate of let's burn it all down, is now getting concerned that it might get all burnt down.
I'm nervous. I almost pulled the fire alarm earlier.
Well, listen, it's time to talk about Super Tuesday 3. This time, it's personal, with a vengeance. Coming to your home, to a theater near you. All this other stuff, like talking like this. Anyway, so obviously this is the most epic night since the last epic night that we had last week. Everything seems to happen on a Tuesday. Behind Enemy Lines happens on Tuesday nights live. Primary nights in America happen Tuesday nights live. Get to watch it all up on the Foxes and the CNNs and the world. And then we come on to talk about it ad nauseum with you, our loyal listeners. Big night for Donald Trump, Russ. No one can deny it. It's not a battle for third. It's not a battle for second. It's not a battle for fourth. Donald Trump beat that ass.
But before we get there, Gene, I think you're overlooking someone who is now in third place in the delegate count and who gave a victory speech tonight. And
Senator Rubio, yes.
No, Senator Rubio is out of the race. I'm talking about none other than John Kasich, who won one state and gave a victory speech just now. What is up with losers giving victory speeches?
At least he won his home state.
Okay, well, Marco Rubio won Puerto Rico.
So
I know that's not his
nothing
home
to a Cuban.
state.
That means nothing to a Cuban.
Listen, I know you're going to try to accuse me of that.
Racist.
But in all honesty, anyway. I don't understand why these guys get airtime. They're losers.
When you win, you get airtime. That's what happens.
No matter what state? I mean, you can win one, tiny state and get airtime? That's ridiculous. Where's Bernie Sanders' victory speech then? Did Bernie Sanders win a state yet tonight?
No, he did not win a state tonight.
So the closet socialist Hillary is beating the openly socialist.
The old white woman beat the old white male in a reversal of fortune that's not really seen throughout this country.
The party is diverse, Gene. That's diverse.
It's quite diverse. You got the Illinois, Arkansas, New Yorker against the New York, Vermonter socialist.
Well, what's funny when you watch the debates, like how the Republicans, they have that little bell and they usually talk over it?
Yes, absolutely.
I haven't heard Hillary or Bernie go past the bell. Usually they just stop talking when they go into a coughing fit, and then the next person picks it on up.
Oh, man. I hear they give out free Metamucil now in all the debates.
They have Ricolas on the podiums.
Oh, my goodness. Ricola. Remember that when we used to do that on the show? That was fun. Good times, good stuff. Well, listen, we got a heck of a show for you tonight. We're going to be talking, of course, Super Tuesday 3. Again, like you said, back with a vengeance. And we're going to be talking about the electability of Donald Trump and something that we've talked about on the show, Russ Gallo, of course, being the voice of an angry America, going a little further into this idea of the forgotten American with our good friend Van Hipp from an interview we did at CPAC. We get to talk a little Donald Trump and get to talk a little national security as well. But, Russ, listen, I said it. Trump beat that ass tonight.
And coming from an angry American who's getting angrier by the day, you're damn right he did. And you know what really put him over the top, in my view, was these idiot protesters, especially the one that jumped the fence, and then everyone, including our hero Ted Cruz, basically blaming the victim, which was Donald Trump. I know it's hard to see Donald Trump as a victim, but he did nothing wrong and was nearly attacked physically at a campaign event.
Talking about what happened in Chicago this past week.
Chicago, and then again in Ohio.
And then again in Ohio. By the way, did you see the meme of Bernie Sanders scaring Donald Trump? And all?
That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. That's all besides the point.
But in all fairness, if someone had jumped, let's say a Trump protester, Gene.
Oh, I'm with you on this.
Jumped over a fence and tried to attack Hillary Clinton. Let's say a Trump protester jumped over a fence and actually reached for one of Hillary's cankles. What would the reaction be? Would it be funny? Would they be interviewing the guy?
I was laughing.
You know, I don't think that the same reaction would have taken place. They're trying to. Would they have blamed Hillary Clinton for the attack if some maniac tried to attack her during a campaign event? I don't think so.
I don't think that you blame Donald Trump for what happened here. I think you blame the Republican Party for creating a climate for the past 6 years that allowed for a Donald Trump to harness.
Well, I'm talking specifically about these protesters.
No, absolutely not. You do not blame Donald
and
Trump. And
Chicago and the organized movement by MoveOn.org and other people, including Bernie Sanders' campaign in all likelihood, dispatching people out to Republican events and trying to disrupt them. Marco Rubio tonight, during his victory/concession speech, whatever it is, had protesters in his crowd. John Kasich tonight, before he opened up, had a protester in his crowd that had to be ejected. This is not happening on the left's
nobody said anything from the right. Yeah, absolutely.
There are no Donald Trump supporters going to Hillary rallies and disrupting her events. And it's wrong.
Well, that's the narrative now that the left has to leech onto. The narrative is, look at these crazy Republicans. We're this party of sanity. That's all they have left. But realize and believe, folks, and if you're listening to the show, you already know this. There is no way that you can portray Hillary Clinton as the same candidate when she enables women, she says she's for women, but then enables women to be victimized by her husband. She says that she's pro-America, yet she takes money from foreign nationals and influences policy as a result. She says she's trustworthy and hasn't really lied to the American people when she's under investigation by the FBI for basically committing treason when you really come down to it, for allowing our top secrets to be exposed to our enemies. But we're the nuts. Whatever. You know?
Well, we're the nuts. And when you see the people in Chicago, when you watched TV and Fox News was interviewing some of these people in the streets and they were cursing and carrying on, and then you got the Black Lives Matters people, and then you got people stepping on American flags, and then you got people waving Mexican flags. That enrages people, especially on the Republican side.
It enrages the forgotten American, which a coined phrase by Richard Nixon. We now call them the silent majority. That's who it enrages, and those are the people that are turning out to vote, and those are the people that are turning out to vote in huge numbers.
For who?
For Donald Trump.
Okay, there you go. So we've connected the dots. You enrage the silent majority, the Republican voter. I'm going to say it. The heterosexual Christian white male. You've enraged that person. Guess what? They still make up the majority of the country, folks. And where are they going when you got dummies like Ted Cruz, who I love?
They're going to Ohio to vote for John Kasich.
Yeah, some of them did. But you got guys like Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio and John Kasich blaming Donald Trump. Blaming Donald Trump for Chicago's damn near riots, getting free speech shut down.
You can't blame Donald Trump for that.
Huge mistake. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. I still don't know who I'm voting for. If you asked me a month ago when we talked, I was definitely voting for Ted Cruz. But that was a blunder on his part. A blunder that I am not confident going forward that if Ted Cruz becomes the nominee, especially as a result of the contested convention, that he is the right person to take on Hillary Clinton. I'm not convinced of that anymore.
So Russ, if I'm hearing you correctly, are you saying all aboard?
Get in line, because you know what's coming.
Are you saying that the train's at your stop? It's ready to take off?
If you take New York City subway, stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Don't be left behind, folks. Might be time to get up on board. How many times does the establishment say? By the way,
how many people in this chat room have said that to us?
Fall in line.
They all say fall in line. When Jeb Bush wins, you got to fall in line.
I am loving the writhing pain that the near-dead body of the establishment Republican is feeling tonight.
I love it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Because I know deep down the left and Hillary Clinton and the media, George Soros, they fear Donald Trump. But you know who else fears Donald Trump?
Everybody else.
Our fellow establishment friends. Our rhino friends. They're in the chat room right now talking all kinds of crap. Threatening never Trump. Hashtag never Trump. Do you know what hashtag never Trump actually means?
Hashtag I'm for Hillary.
There you go. Hashtag always Hillary. You might as well say that. Remember what happened with Mitt Romney, folks? Do you remember that election? What happened? Do you remember when John McCain wasn't our cup of tea? What happened?
Everybody stayed home. That's what happened. And what do we see with Donald Trump? Record numbers in every state turning out to vote.
Look at the results. You got more Republicans voting than Democrats in damn near every state, and higher turnout for the Republican Party than we've seen in so many cycles.
In South Kakalaki, where Van Hipp is from, and we're going to be playing our interview from him that Amanda Kohut and I did at CPAC, he said the normal voter turnout for a presidential primary is 500,000. This year, it was 625,000. 125,000 new voters have been identified that turned out to vote. And who do they vote for in droves? Donald Trump. Does that not count for anything?
And let's just rewind for a second, Gene, because you're on to something here. What have our friends told us? Well, in open primary states where independents can vote and Democrats, Trump, of course, will do well there. And he has a ceiling of like 35%.
And yet North Carolina, closed state.
Closed primary.
Florida, closed primary.
Trump has broke the 40% margin. He's in the high 40s in some states. That ceiling you spoke about, he can only win in open primaries. You're all wrong. All wrong. Their anger out there is strong.
They're all wrong for one reason. And I say this to our establishment friends all the time. The math has changed. You can go by trend lines. You can go by past performance. You can go by likelihoods and probabilities. But when you have a candidate like Donald Trump, who changes the math, you can't predict what's going to happen. And that's what's going on right now. You got people on Fox News and CNN and MSDNC going nuts right now because they don't know what to make of it. They don't get it yet. We get it here behind enemy lines. Listen, I came out last week. I'm a Ted Cruz guy. I'm with him, I'm with him till they bury him with his boots on.
I'm not against him. I love Ted Cruz. But I gotta be honest, him attacking Donald Trump for being attacked physically, that to me was a low blow, man.
I got you on that, but you know what? At the same time, I'm looking at my choices this year. And I look at my choices back in 2012. Man, oh man, have we come a long way. This time of year, we were talking about Rick Santorum, Newt Gingrich, and Mitt Romney. Couple conservative guys whose time has passed, and a guy who was pretending to be a conservative to get the nomination. After running for what, the third time? Second time? Something like that. This year, we have two first-time candidates, one of which is conservative as the day is long. The other who doesn't give a crap about anything or anyone running on our ticket right now. I can't be mad at either one.
Here's my question to you, though, Gene, and anyone else who wants to call in or say something in the chat room. Give me issues that you think Donald Trump is not conservative enough for you on.
Social issues, Planned Parenthood, abortion. I'll give you my example right there.
He says he's pro-life now.
Well, no, he actually said that he would fund Planned Parenthood.
Whoa. He did say he would fund Planned Parenthood because Planned Parenthood does other good things. He did not say he is pro-abortion. He said he's pro-life. And he would cut out the funding for the abortion piece. So what else? And by the way, this is an open question to our rhino friends who don't want a conservative candidate anyway. So I'm just trying to figure out, you normally don't like conservative candidates. I know damn well you don't like Ted Cruz. Marco Rubio's gone. Hashtag never Trump, really? So tell me where you disagree with Trump. Trump should be your cup of tea. He is a Northeast Republican with a somewhat shady background who supported Democrats in the past. And may have even damn well been a Democrat in the past. And by the way, Ronald Reagan was a Democrat too before he became a Republican.
I'm getting into an argument with the chat room right now. We have a chat room going during our live shows Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on Spreaker. And by the way, shout out to all our friends listening on High Plains Talk Radio right now. How y'all doing? A couple of New York boys talking politics with you about a Texas senator and a New York businessman should keep you up at night, I hope. And we're glad you're listening with us. But I'm getting into an argument right now with a friend of ours, Amanda Kohut. I'll give full disclosure. And I'm saying